Usually naman talaga ng mga unfamiliar terminologies ay sa animal science lang po talaga ang pinakamarami. Oo, pinakamarami ng mga kasi maraming kasi parts ng hayop. Tsaka at the same time, marami po siyang terminologies kasi nga medicine kasi yun siya. Okay, so ayun, kailangan natin siyang malaman. Ha? Huwag po natin kalimutan yan. Okay, now let's proceed to our discussion. For tonight, I will be discussing more about the principles, history, philosophy, and the basic problem of economics. And ipapasok natin si macroeconomics. Basta hindi po tayo abot ng 11. And hopefully, I can finish the class until 10 or 10:30. Okay, so that we can rest early. Okay, mag-practice muna tayo ng early rest kasi nga we will be having a tough ba ang term? Oo, toughful or yan, tough na din ang term. Thoughtful, hindi na yung thoughtful. Ano yung term na yan? Basta pinakamahirap na, it's a quench and difficult days, no? Kaya nga gusto ko i-prepare ninyo yung isipan ninyo, yung mind ninyo, tsaka yung mata ninyo na, matulog mo na lang early sa ngayon. Okay? Dali ha. Okay, sorry lang. Ayan. Okay, let's start. Okay. 아겠습니다. Alright. 아겠습니다. Ano ba yan? Nag-picture na ako dito. Yan. Actually, hindi na po ako nakapag-study. Kasi busy tayo sa final coaching. Saka na tayo mag-study pag tapos na yung final coaching. Okay, so let's start first with the introduction of the... hindi talaga siya na-save. How is it? Actually, meron lang tayong title sa taas. Ayusin ko lang sandali ha. Talaga siya na-save. Wala pa oh. Kita gaya. Kapit na namang man. Ano ka diri? Kaya, isa na lang yung nakabuko. Kailang ha, sa lang wait. Edit muna natin. Sorry lang class. Hamnida. Miyan haniyo. Yun. So, let's start with the introduction. Okay, let's start first with the introduction. Ano nga ba yung kailangan natin? But before anything else, tatanungin ko muna kayo. Sino kayo makakasagot sa akin? Okay? Ang tanong ko is that pag nagte-take na tayo ng economics and marketing, ano dapat yung nasa mind natin pag tayo ay sumasagot ng ganitong subject? Ano po dapat lang nasa mind natin? Ako po ba ang nasa mind ninyo? Ano yung sinabi ko sa inyo nung nakaraan? Nung last March. Last March. April ata tayo nag-econ no? Business. Pwede din.
Scarcity.
Scarcity. Ano pa? Ano pa? Anong kailangan natin i-mind pag nagsasagot tayo ng economics and marketing? Ano ba yung sinabi ko sa inyo? Sino ba nakapanood ng video ko? Nakalimutan na nila kasi nag-focus tayo masyado sa extension. Household management, pwede din. Pero that will not give you a full concept of economics.
Consumption.
Pwede din. Consumption. Saan na tayo napupunta? What are you going to think like? Ano ka ba dapat? Sino ka ba dapat pag nagsasagot ka ng economics? You'll be like, what? A business
Economist.
Economist. You should be a, what? You should be an economist. Dapat ekonomista ka kasi ang ekonomista is always addressing the problem or concern of the farmers or the community. That's the economist, no? Ekonomista. Okay? Pag i-discuss natin, pag nagsasagot din tayo ng agricultural extension and communication, and economics and marketing, pati ako, tignan nyo, extension pa sa bunga ako. Pag agricultural economics and marketing din, ang sasagutin natin, lagi nating imamind na pagiging isang businessman. Yon. Paano ba ang mind ng businessman? Di ba? They are always looking for or chasing for profit. Di ba? Pag businessman, utak, pera. Okay? Hindi na po mawawala sa isipan niya ng businessman because syempre, nag-ano din po siya, sacrifice din siya at saka naglaan din po siya ng oras at pera, no, para sa kanyang business. So ganin din po 'yan sa pag-take ng agriculture economics and marketing. We should be thinking like a businessman. Okay? Thinking like an economist, yun, so that we can help to our community. Okay? So always remember that para hindi po ninyo makalimutan. Kasi yung iba sa inyo nakalimutan na eh. After how many months na hindi na tayo nag-discuss. Paano na lang kaya ang ansay? No? Kung siyempre yun ang una nating subjects na diniscuss. Pero madali na lang sa inyo yan ma-retain once it is already been discussed. Okay? So, what is economics? Who can answer the question, what is economics? Thank you. What is economics? Who can answer the question? Okay, when you talk about economics, this is the study of what? Economics or the word oikonomia. What is oikonomia, by the way? Oikonomia is referring to household management. Very good. Oikonomia. Oikonomia. Huwag kalimutan yan ha. Oikonomia is referring to household management. And economics is the study of the people to use, okay, to use the scarce or the limited resources, the limited productive resources na meron dito sa ating community. No? So that is the definition of economics. Without scarcity, we cannot have an economics. Okay? Wala tayong economist din pag walang scarcity. Okay? Okay, so lagyan lang natin dito oikonomia. Here, so we have oikonomia. Look. Oikonomia. Okay, so economia is a Greek word which means household management. O po yan, O. Yan. It's oikonomia. Okay? And household management. Always remember, economics is referring to the scarce, no? Scarce or limited productive resources na meron tayo sa ating community. So that is economics. Now, what do you mean by positive and normative economics? Who can give me an idea about positive and normative economics? Okay. Positive versus normative economics. Okay, when we talk about normative economics, it is a value judgment. Okay, it is a value judgments na formulating policies. Value judgments po yan. That is normative economics. And normative economics, it also asks the question, what should be? What should be? No, it has the question what should be. Okay? And positive economics naman, that is a non-value judgment or unbiased. Okay? Unbiased or non-value judgment or unbiased po siya. It is always asking the question, what is or what will happen? Okay? What is or what will happen? Okay? What is or what will happen? Okay, if you are asking me more about or to elaborate more about this, okay, more about this discussion sa positive and normative economics. These are what we call the ideology of economics na kasama. Okay, so if you are going to ask me kung what will happen then, what will happen? Further explanation about this, actually I have a video on this sa YouTube. No, meron siyang set of question tapos in-explain ko doon with the definition. So kindly check it na lang doon sa aking YouTube channel. No, that is positive versus normative economics and its principles. Okay, so kung para para ma-guess niyo talaga kung ano ang definition ng both. But that's how I'm going to identify it para mas madali ko siya maintindihan. Pag normative, that is a value judgment that always asking the question, what should be? What should be? While positive economics is unbiased and it is non-value judgment, and it is actually talking about the cause and effect. Okay? It is actually telling the cause and effect. Ano nga ba yung cause and effect nitong positive economics? Okay? And it is asking the question, what is or what will happen? Yeah. Kaya nga, cause and effect. What is the cause and what will happen? That is the effect. Okay? And next, we have now the economic model. Okay. The economic model is the basic building block of the logic ng economics. Okay? Always remember that economic model is the basic building block. Basic building block. 3 Bs. Yun. Okay ko lang dito. Ay, sorry, hala. Ba yan? Gusto yun? Hindi. Pakalo ka naman. Napaka-messy. Ayan. Okay, economic model, that is B3 or 3 Bs. Oh, sorry, 3 Bs. Basic building block. Ayan. Basic building block of economic problems or logic of economics. Okay? And the logic of economics. So that is economic model. Huwag kalimutan yan. Okay? And next, we have production positivist frontier. Ano nga ba yung production positivist frontier? Okay? The production positivist frontier is the useful tool. No? It is a useful tool for what? Illustrating the choices available to the society and its constraints. So ano ibig sabihin pag nasa loob? Okay, ano nga ba yung possibilist frontier? Ganito. Okay, if this is the graph here, okay, this is the graph. So change the color of my pen. So that is the graph, okay? So if this is the PPF or the possibilist production frontier, okay, referring to, pag nasa loob, okay, pag nasa loob, ibig sabihin, you are not using your resources. You are not sufficiently using your resources. Pag inside the PPF, it means that the use of resources is inefficient. Okay, inefficient. The use of resources is inefficient. Pag nasa loob ng PPF, nasa loob ng graph. Pero, pag nasa labas ng graph, okay, pag nasa labas ng graph, ang PPF, okay, this is the PPF, pero pag nasa labas ng graph, ibig sabihin, the PPF is invisible. Ano nga ba yung invisible? It is invisible or it possible to happen. Kasi nga, the line here, this is what we call stating na hanggang dyan lang ang limitation ng iyong resources. Ang tawag po dito ay the equal or what we call this full use of resources. The full use of resources. Okay, so along the line, it means that you use your full resources or your resources that you have. It is the maximum. Okay, it is the maximum amount of resources that you have. Example, bibili ka pa ba ng gusto mo kung yung pera mo ay limited lang siyang bilhin sa needs mo? Yun. That is a PPF. Okay, Production Possibilities Frontier. Okay, kahit sa work nga, there's also a PPF. You are going to use your resources before buying others. Gamitin mo muna yung mga natitira para hindi nasasayang. Okay? So that is Production Possibilities Frontier. Always remember that Production Possibilities Frontier, or the PPF is the useful tool. It is a useful tool for illustrating the choices available. Okay? And next, we have ceteris paribus. What do you mean by ceteris paribus? Ceteris paribus is also known as other things being equal or other things held constant. Okay? Lahat po ay equal, constant, nasa equilibrium, kanan. It means that the MC is equals to MR. That is also a ceteris paribus. Okay? As long as they are all equals, walang greater than and less than na nangyayari. Okay? So what is also opportunity cost? When you talk about opportunity cost, the definition, best definition to define the opportunity cost is the best or the value of the best foregone alternative. Okay? It is the value of the best of the best of the best. Yan. Foregone alternative. Baka siya tinawag that value of the best foregone alternative? Kasi ang opportunity cost, no, you are sacrificing one thing, no, para sa isang bagay na to. Okay? Nagsasacrifice ka. Sa pag-review mo, ano yung sinacrifice mo? Okay? Ganun yun ang tanong. Okay? Example, ganun yung opportunity cost. Ako nung time ko, nung ako yung nagre-review, ang opportunity cost ko po ay nag-resign po ako sa work. Okay, nag-resign po ako sa work noon. That was my opportunity cost. In order for me to focus on my review, because I still have I still have 1 month left. So what I did is nag-resign po talaga ako sa work. Okay, nag-resign ako sa work para makapag-focus ako sa pagre-review ko because my weakness was animal science and crop protection. Pero nung naano ko na siya, as I go on sa case study, mas mahirap pala talaga yung animal science. At saka yun lang, animal science lang ang nahirapan ako na part. So that's why I decided to sacrifice my work. Actually, ang ganda ng work ko talaga sa BAI. Ang ganda ng work ko sa BAI, nasa office lang po ako noon eh. Nasa office lang ako, upo lang, tapos hintay lang ako sa permit, tapos magluluto lang ng pagkain. Talagang tumaba po ako doon, tsaka namuti din. Char! Yan, so ayun, opportunity cost. Pero hindi po naman ako nagsisisi kasi I can still go there in the office. I can still sleep. I can still have an office with them. Kay attorney. Asan kasi si attorney nagsistay. So, yun, nagkikita pa rin kami ng attorneys, nag-discuss rin kami about law schools, ganun. And at the same time, about law matters, pinag-uusapan din po namin yun. So, kaya nga opportunity cost po yun sa akin. Kasi sabi ng mama ko, bakit ako nag-resign? I can still have my review naman daw while having my work. Sabi ko, my work is already toxic. I cannot focus. Kasi pag hindi ako umalis doon, nabagsak siguro ako. Ganon. Kasi nagkaroon kasi kami nung time na yun, nagkaroon ng, tawag doon, ASF na. Nagkaroon po ng ASF. Alert po sa ASF nung time na yun. So, nag-rotational po nangyari po, our schedule is nag-rotation po kami. Nagkaroon na po ako ng gabi na schedule nun. So, ang office po namin is open for 24/7. So, yun ang nangyari. Even Saturday, Sunday, we have work nung time na yun. So, that is opportunity cost. So, what is your opportunity cost? Your opportunity cost is that you sacrifices your time, your efforts, your money, just to pass this board exam. Okay? So, that is opportunity cost. It is the best foregone alternative. Always remember that. It is the value of the best foregone alternative. Sometimes in the board exam, it will not provide you value of the best foregone alternative. As long as you can see their word best, or the word is value of foregone alternatives, that is a opportunity cost. Okay? And next is we have the diminishing return. What do you mean by diminishing return? Actually, there are two types of diminishing return, in consumption and in production. Okay? In consumption and in production. Meron po tayong dalawang types ng diminishing return. Sa consumption, meron po tayong tinatawag na law of diminishing marginal utility pag sa consumption. Pero pag sa production naman, we have law of diminishing marginal product. Pag sa production po yun. So ano ibig sabihin ng diminishing return? It's sometimes also called the returns of scale. Pwede din po siya tawagin na returns of scale. Pero sa diminishing return, we only focus to those that, from the word itself, diminishing, habang tumatagal, ang isang bagay ay nawawalan na ng silbi or nawawalan ng value. Okay? It indicates that the more it increase, okay? For example, sa isang araw, kaya mong kumain sa first day mo, kaya mong uminom ng milk tea. O, kaya mong mag-take ng milk tea. Pagka next day, 2 ang kaya mo. Pagkasunod, 3 ang kaya mo. Hanggang nagsawa ka na at hanggang di mo na siya gustong inumin. Kasi nga, nagsasawa na. Kasi paulit-ulit na lang natitikman ng iyong bunganga. So that is what we call diminishing return. No, there are times na mabagsak talaga ang isang business. So what are they doing? No, example, we have the Apple. Okay, the Apple is one of the important company sa USA po. Isa po yung pinaka-importanting company sa USA po. Kasi ang Apple is nagpa-profit po siya ng $1 trillion. No, sabi nga nila it's $1 trillion na actually nagpo-provide po siya ng $1 million din na taxes sa USA, yung Apple. So naging siya, tawag diyan, important, one of the important na company sa USA po. Doon po sa amin sa USA. Charot. So pag sabing diminishing return, saan ba example? Bakit ginag-example ko yung Apple? Because Apple hindi naman siya best example for diminishing return. Ang masabi ko lang that the Apple has the ability to sustain yung pagkasikat nila. Popularity ba? Yung popularity. So, pag sumikat sila, mas lalong nagmamahal yung kanilang technology. Kasi nga, ina-upgrade nila. Actually, twice a year yan sila nagre-release ng bagong model ng isang iPhone. Yun, it's either iPhone na or iPads, ganon. Basta nagre-release sila ng model. Every twice a year siya nagre-release ng model. Ibig sabihin, nag-upgrade sila ng technology. Okay? So that is diminishing return. No, walang nangyayaring pagkabagsak o pagkalugmok. Kasi nga, every now and then, they are providing or they are updating their technology. Paano magkaroon ng diminishing return? If how many years wala nang updated, hindi na na-update yung business mo, hindi na din na-upgrade yung technology mo. So there's a tendency na magkakaroon ng diminishing return. Okay? Wala nang gustong kumain ng iyong bubble jaw, wala nang gustong kumain ng iyong bubut. You know what's bubut? Yung meron siyang earrings before. Okay, ayun. So that is diminishing return. Diminishing, ibig sabihin, unti-unti nang nawawala yung feelings niya sa'yo. That is diminishing return. Okay? Pero, pagkakayanin naman pag ma-feel na naman ng company that the profit is decreasing, the company will now improve or accelerate their technology. Okay? And next, we have marginality. Ano dapat ang kailangan tandaan pag marginality? From the word itself, marginal, it means additional or what? Additional or incremental. Always remember that. Okay? Pag sa marginality, both po ang kailangan i-mind natin. Additional or incremental. Pag additional, automatic po. Pag may makita kayo sa statement doon na additional ang word, that is marginal. Pero, kailangan nating mahimayin pa rin yung tanong kasi baka sa choices ang daming marginal. No? May mga marginal utility, may marginal product, ganon. So, we need to make it sure na yung marginal na sasagutin natin ay tama. In what way? No? So, tutulungan ko kayo dyan by tomorrow because there will be a rationale on the quizzes that I will be giving you. And then, I will help you also how to identify it na that is utility and that is product. Okay? So let's see. Ngayon, i-discuss lang muna natin yung definition each of the terminologies. Okay? So I know I want you to take down notes kasi hindi na po ako balik niyan. Pero if hindi nyo pa rin ako magets at saka hindi nyo na catch up yung ibang words, you can go back to this video. I will upload this on my YouTube. Okay? So that pwede ninyong ulit-ulitin or balik-balikan. Okay? And then next we have, at saka pwede nyo ma-download offline para habang nasa biyahe kayo, pwede kayong makinig sa maganda kong boses. Charat! Yun, nung time ko rin, no, ako din, gumagawa din po ako ng video nung time na to. Ganito din ang ginagawa ko. Tapos, nilalagay ko siya, nire-record ko yung bawat sinasabi ko. Tapos, nilalagay ko sa nag-earphone ako habang nasa biyahe po ako. Yun. Yeah, that's also way of, para hindi po nasasayang yung time. Kasi habang nagpapahinga po ako, may naririnig po ako. Para at least familiar po lahat ng mga terminology sa akin. Okay? Gets po ninyo? Okay, dinibigyan ko na kayo ng technique on how to study well. Next is we have the economic resource. Okay, ano nga ba yung economic resource? When you talk about economic resource, it is the scarce and the command a non-zero price. Ano nga ba yung mga non-zero price? Those are land, labor, capital. They are a non-zero price. Okay? But the best example of non-zero price is a natural resources. Okay? Pag sa economic resources also, the best example of non-zero price is natural resources. Pwedeng sunlight, those are free goods, di ba? Land, those are free goods, okay? So, pag economic resource also, those resources that are helpful to the economy. This is a non-zero price. Land, labor, and capital. Okay? So, always remember that. Now, let's proceed to the nature or scope. Asa na De La Vega? Okay. Now, let's proceed to the nature and scope. Pag sinabing economics is a social science. Okay? Economics is a social science because it utilizes the principles. Ano nga ba yung principles na sinasabi doon? Yung principles from other social sciences such as political science, history, and sociology. Pwede din pong ipasok, no, sa economics to. No, to study economics, pwede natin pag-usapan political science, pwede din natin pag-usapan yung history, sociology, that is very important also in the rural development and also economics development. And next is we have the basic economic problems. So what are the basic economic problems? Who can answer? Please, can you still remember? Memorize ko yun sa inyo nung time na yon. What are the basic economic problems? Can you answer me 5 basic economic problems?
What to produce?
Sige daw. Let's start with Erica Joy. What is your answer?
What to produce, sir.
Okay, what to produce. How about Jason? Wala si Jason? How about si Ma'am Risa? Meron po kayo idea? How about si Marjorie?
How to produce, sir.
How to produce. How about si Justin?
When to produce, sir.
Okay, very good. When to produce. How about Chili?
How to produce, sir.
Okay, how to produce. Very good. And lastly, we have, sino pa rin dito? Brian. What is the last basic economic problems? What is the last? Wala.
Yung for whom to produce, sir.
Okay, for whom to produce. Okay, so what are the 5 basic economic problems? Okay, very good, Marial. So we have for whom. Okay, so dapat kompletuhin natin ha kasi baka kasi importante yung kompleto yung statement. Okay, so we have what to produce, how much to produce, when to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay? Pag sinabi natin basic economic problems, it talks also the scarcity. Okay, it talks about the scarcity that is what? Scarcity is what drives society to answer the following problems. Kasi sa scarcity, meron tayong needs and wants. Right? And because we only have limited resources. Okay? If we have limited resources, of course, we need to balance our needs and our wants. Okay? If we have unlimited resources, that's the time that we can provide our needs and wants. Okay? And, okay, pag sinabing what to produce, it only means about what the society desires. O ano yung gusto ng society? Okay? Ano ba nga yung kailangan ng society? Okay? And next, how much to produce? It means that how much of the good or service society desires. O, how much of the good? Okay? How much of the good? Ilan ba yung kailangan? Oh, ilan ba yung kailangan ng society? Okay? And when to produce, kailan? Or making goods available. Okay? Kailan ba siya maging available ang isang good sa market or sa community? Okay? And next, we have how to produce. Who will produce? O, pag sinabing how to produce, ay, paano nga ba yun i-produce? Sinong magpo-produce? Yun. It talks about sinong magpo-produce. Okay? And with the resource of the production techniques. O, ano yung mga production techniques na kailangan gawin para makapag-produce ng isang produkto. And then we have for whom to produce. Pag sinabing for whom to produce, this is the delivery system. Okay? O, who will eat your economic activity, who will eat the product, who will eat the finished product, okay, who will consume the finished product or the final product. Now that is under for whom to produce. Okay, that's a delivery. Para kanino? Hindi na para kanino, sorry. Sino pala? Sorry, sino ang bibili or sino ang kakain or sino ang gagamit? For whom? Okay, so wag po tayong malito dyan. Okay, yan po ang mga basic economic problems. O, meron na po kayong sagot. May 1 point na po kayo. Ayan, lagi po yung lumalabas sa exam. Okay, and we have the economic goals. What are the economic goals? We have the full employment. O, ano nga ba yung full employment? Pag sinabi mong full employment, if the country or the community is, okay, lahat ay nabibigyan ng trabaho. Okay, wala po tayong unemployment pag ganon. Pag nagkaroon ng full employment, it means that there should be employed. No? Lahat ay employed or fully utilized. Lahat po ng mga ano natin are fully utilized. Actually, dito sa Pilipinas talaga is the worst employment. No? Pag wala kang kakilala, hindi ka makakapasok sa trabaho. Pag wala kang backer, hindi ka makakapasok. Oh, actually, ang pinaka-requirements talaga, major requirements, 60% or 70% backer. Backer system dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi na talaga yung mapagkakaila. Ganun yan talaga dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? And another economic goals, we have the equity. Okay? What do you mean by equity? Pag sinabi equity, it is the equitable distribution of wealth and income. Ito po yung laging minamay ng presidente natin, yung equity na tama at balanse ang kahit ang World Bank, no, tama at balanse ang pagdidistribute ng wealth or kayamanan at health. Okay? Wealth and health or income. Wealth and health na lang. Wealth and income. Wealth and income ng mga tao. And we have, kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, mas mabuti na lang siguro mag-abroad kasi justifiable pa yung iyong skills, yung sacrifices tsaka yung efforts mo. Kumpara dito sa Pilipinas, ganun naman yung posisyon mo, mas mahirap ang posisyon, maliit lang yung sahod. Tapos lumalaki pa ang bilihin, mga gastusin. Okay? No. Sana pag lumalaki din yung mga prices sa market, sana din po ay tumaas. Kung marinig ako ni President Marcos, charot. No, sana din po ay taasan yung mga sahod, no, especially yung mga agriculturists. Yan. Tapos po sana ay mailinis po yung yung Department of Agriculture na wala pong director na nurse, ganon. Wala pong assistant director na teacher, na business ad. Sana po ay mga director ay mga agriculturist, yung kanilang profession talaga. Okay, para po makarelate talaga at makagawa tayo ng something good sa ating economy. Yun. Dapat ilugar na po talaga yung mga profession. I-realign natin yung mga alignment ng mga profession. Yun. Kasi pag nurse ka, you cannot be an agriculturist. Pag nurse ka. Kasi hindi hayop ang tao. Hindi din, kasi sa tao ka lang talaga pag nursing ka. So, iba talaga pag sa hayop. Okay? Tsaka sa plants, iba din. What else in the economic goals? No, we would also talk about efficiency. Ito yung tinanong ko sa inyo. What you are, effective or efficient? Okay? You should be efficient. Bakit? Kasi pag efficient ka, it means that whatever the resources that you have, even it's limited, nagagawan mo pa rin ng paraan para makapag-produce ka ng output. Diba? Yun ang gustong-gusto ng boss natin. No? Kasi pag efficient ka, it means that less lang yung nagiging cost. Example, in the office, you only have 1 rem of paper. And then, sa lahat ng mga employees, no? Ikaw lang yung hindi pa naubos yung 1 rem ng paper. Kasi nga, yung back portion na yun, nagagamit mo pa siya as scratch paper. You can ask personal information about their clients, ganon. So, that is also what we call efficient. Yan ang gusto-gusto ng boss natin. At the same time, pag naging efficient tayo, nagiging effective na rin po tayo noon. Ma-follow up na po yung effectiveness. Okay? Next is the economic growth. Pag sinabi economic growth, it means that meron na pong expansion of production. May nangyayari na pong development dito sa Pilipinas. Pag ganun ang nangyari. Pag meron po tayong economic growth, ibig sabihin nagkakaroon ng expansion of production tulad sa Korea. Okay? Tulad sa Korea. Example talaga yung Korea. Best example kasi yung Korea pagdating sa economic growth. Pero actually bumababa po ang kanilang ekonomiya because of the population, no? Kasi nga marami po kasi mga factory manufacturing kasi na doon, companies. So kailangan nila ng tao due to lesser population. So yan, naghahanap sila ng mga tao sa ibang bansa. And then, pinapaaral pa rin nila para maging citizen nila. Actually, they are targeting 30,000 na maging citizens na every year or annually. Yun ang target nila. So, yun. Pag economic growth, ibig sabihin, yung mga tao din sa Pilipinas, konti na lang yung mga unemployment rate. No? Kumbaga, dumadami ang mga businessman na pumapasok dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, dumadami ang mga factory worker, dumadami po yung mga factoring company, ganon, yon sa mga pagawaan, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi na po kailangan lumabas pa ng ng mga Pilipino. So, andito sa Pilipinas. So, that is what we call expansion of production. So, ibig sabihin, there is economic growth pa ganon. Inviting other businessmen to invest in the Philippines. And next, we have economic freedom. Pag sinabi economic freedom, we have the right to choose, no, wherever we want to choose, or what we have the right to do whatever we want to do. But we still have the Constitution that help us to promote our rights, our freedom of rights. Okay, freedom or rights. Okay, so always remember that, or the Bill of Rights. Yun, the Bill of Rights. So economic freedom po yun, no? Since we are in democratic country, we have the freedom to choose kung sino yung gusto natin maging presidente. Okay? Next, we have price stability. Ano nga ba yung price stability? So, dapat nagkakaroon ng absence ng inflation. Okay? Dapat po nagkakaroon ng absence ng inflation. Kasi, the more the price is getting higher, the more the Filipino will suffer. Okay? Okay, so the more the Filipino will suffer kung tumataas ang inflation rate po natin. So always remember, pag naglo-loan po tayo sa mga bangko, let's see to it na dapat yung inflation po natin ay mababa. Kasi the more po na tumataas ang inflation, the more din po tumataas ang interest rate. Okay? Tumataas din po ang interest rate niyan. So kasi tumataas nga po yung presyo. So be careful po ha, lalo na yung mga nagsasanla. Ay, meron talagang fixed na yun, sir. Nagbabago pa rin po yan. Nagbabago pa. Be careful with that. Okay? And then, pag naglo-loan, be careful also. And, Another economic goals is the economic development. So, paano magkaroon ng merong economic development if the quality of if it is affected the quality of life of the people, no, nagkakaroon ng improvement sa quality of life ng isang tao. So it means that there is economic development. Okay, ibig sabihin meron pong economic development pag ganun. Okay, nag-iba na yung situation or sistema na isang dati ano lang man yan sila. Pero ngayon, ang ganda na ng bahay, ang laki na ng bahay. It means that there is economic development. Okay? And next, we have economic security. Pag sinabi economic security, is assurance of the fulfillment of economic needs. Yon. Assurance of fulfillment. Okay, fulfillment. Economic security, dapat meron din tayong seguridad sa sarili nating pagkain. Food security po ang tawag dun. Economic security na we have to secure ourselves first bago natin i-export sa i-export sa ibang country yung mga ibang mga produkto natin. Dapat i-patronize po muna natin bago siya ma-export or mabenta sa ibang lugar o sa ibang tao. So that is what we call economic goals. Okay, those are economic goals. Now, let's proceed to the foundation of economics. Always remember, whether it will ask for exam, principles, foundation, the origin of everything, that is scarcity. Always put that in your mind, okay? It is always and none other than scarcity. Scarcity is the reason why we have economic subject. Okay? So we have self-interest. Okay? Actually, diniscuss natin yan sa extension, yung hindi pa tayo nag-start nag-discuss ng self-esteem, self-confidence, self-interest, wala pa tayo nun. So, pag self-interest, no, dyan po yung tinatawag nating desirement. Yun. Yung desirement natin or desired natin to buy what we want to buy. No, whether it's luxury, whether it's inferior goods, ganun. And then now we have scarcity, balancing, no? Kasi pag sabing scarce, there's only limited resources, no? That time na pag wala po tayong scarcity, it means that we have unlimited resources. Pag mayroon tayong scarcity, it means that we have only limited resources. Okay? So kailangan i-balance natin ang lahat. And we have choice, no? Okay, we have the right to choose what we want to choose. Yon. Choice, or either you are going to follow your needs or your wants. Okay, may mga tao talaga na bigyan ng allowance ng mama, 1 linggo, bigyan ng allowance ng 1,000, sana all, may 1,000 sa 1 linggo, allowance. Ngayon, may nagustuhan, dumaan sa mall, nagbili ng Starbucks, may nagustuhan na damit, hindi pa umabot ng Friday, hindi pa umabot ng Thursday, nangangawa na. Kawawa na, kawawa na kasi nga 20 pesos na lang naiwan, Monday pa talaga. Kasi anong ginawa sa mall? Yung 1,000 pesos, pinang-shopping. Tatawag na kayo kay mama. Pag tumawag sa mga, kumusta ka na dyan na? Okay ka lang ba? May nakain ka pa? Mawala ko pera. 20 pesos na lang ang pera ko. Kasi bumili ng desire. Hindi po inuna yung pangangailangan. Ganun po, actually, nung time ko na yan, hindi ko po muna inisip yung mga desire ko. Like, gusto ko magkaroon ng mga gatong gamit. Hindi ko po siya muna inisip nung time. Sabi ko pa, pag makatapos ako ng pag-aaral ko, pag meron na akong pera, I can buy whatever I want to buy. Sabi ko gano'n sa sarili ko. I can buy my own phone. Kasi nung panahon ko, nung time ko, 2012, nag-first year po ako, wala akong cellphone nun. Wala pa akong cellphone nun. Meron ako, nagka-keypad po ako ng cellphone nung time po nagkaroon ng crisis dito sa Zamboanga City. Nagkaroon po ng Zamboanga Siege dito sa Zamboanga City, yung gera, yung war, sa Zamboanga City ng time na. Nagkaroon po ako noon ng keypad na cellphone para makapag-contact ako. Tapos ninakaw pa talaga after month. No? Ninakaw ng ka-dormmate ko. So, yun, nawala din. Yun, wala akong cellphone hanggang nag-graduate po ako. So, wala po akong cellphone noon. Sabi ko kay mama, anong gawin ko kasi wala akong cellphone. Pero, ito lang yung ambisyosang walang cellphone. Pero, nagkaroon ako ng laptop nung time na yon. Kasi kailangan ko talaga yung laptop. Sabi ko kay mama, kahit di na lang ako bilang ng cellphone. Kasi pwede naman ako makikontak sa kasamahan ko. Yun, contact kung uwi ako or wala na ako pera, ganun. Basta importante may laptop ako, sabi ko ganun. Actually, pinag-ipon ko yun. Nagtutulungan kami ng mama ko. Nagtuturo ako ng sayaw nung time na yon para mabigay ko din para hindi na rin malaki yung gastos ng parents ko. Yun. Tsaka yung sa scholarship ko din, yun, binigay ko rin din doon. So, yun. Tulong-tulungan po talaga hanggang makatapos ako. So, ganun din man, kahit iba-iba po tayo ng kwento. Actually, iba-iba po tayo ng kwento. So, nung time na yun po, talagang scarcity po nung time namin. Kasi yung sa pamilya ko, when it comes to financial, no, we are scarcity nung time na yun. Sa ngayon, medyo okay na po kami financially. Pero nung nakaraan, kasi nga nakakatulong ako, nakakatulong na din yung kapatid ko. So ngayon, kung nakaka-feel pa rin po kayo ng financially unstable, no, normal lang po yan. Kasi tinetest po ni God yung inyong kung kaya niyo po bang mag-balance ng pera, kaya niyo po bang mag-budget ng pera. Yun. So dapat marunong po kayo mag-budget ng pera kasi pagtanda natin, charot. Dapat may savings po tayo, ganon. Marunong po tayo mag-budget ng pera. Okay? Lalo pag mama, no? Pag naging nanay na, gaganon ka na lang sa ulo mo kasi hindi mo alam paano i-budget yung pera. Di ba? Ito yung sahod ng mister mo. Ganon. So, dapat po, pag nag-asawa, hindi lang si husband ang may work, no? Dapat kayong dalawa ay may may common understanding po kayong dalawa ng asawa mo. Dapat both po kayo ay nagwo-work, hindi lang si mister. Pag hindi po kaya ng mister talaga financially, kailangan mag-work din si Mrs. No? Hindi din po dapat malayo ang kayo kasi nga dapat yung mag-asawa lagi nagsasama yan sila. So pwede mag-work si Mrs., pwede din mag-work si mister. Depende po kung kaya din ni mister. Pero kung sa akin lang, dapat si mister po ay mag-humble down na lang. Magtulungan po hanggang maging stable na po kayo financially. Kasi pwede naman ganun pwede naman pagsimulan yun kasi pag nakaipon na po kayo, makanegosyo na kayo, pwede nang umalis si Mrs. sa trabaho, tapos maglagay na po ng sarili niyang business. Yun. So, magtinda-tinda si Mrs. para may income po kahit papano. So, yan. Pag may asawa po kayo ha, except lang dun sa may mga asawa na talaga, no? So, dapat po both po ay naghahanap ng trabaho or may income po, source of income. Ganun din sinasabi ko sa parents ko. Sabi ko sa mama ko, wag lang masyadong i-focus na si papa yung nagbibigay ng pera. Dapat din or nagpo-provide as breadwinner sa family, ganun. Dapat yung mga anak din tsaka yung mama. Sabi ko kay mama na hindi porket nagwo-work kami nagre-rely kayo sa amin, ganun. So, kasi nga ganito kasi yan. Pag tumatanda na kasi yung parents natin, there's a tendency na marami na pong sakit na nararamdaman, 'di ba? Marami ng sakit kasi nga nagsistay sa bahay, hindi nakapag-exercise yung katawan, tapos hindi na po kasi nga sanay po yung katawan natin na mag-work. No, pag naging matanda po tayo, wag po natin sanayin na hindi po tayo mag-work. Kaya po yung iba umaabot ng age of 100, age of 90 kasi nga nag-work pa rin po sila. It means that yung katawan po nila is nag-exercise pa rin po sila, no, na nagkakaroon pa rin ng exercises, no, nag-zumba pa rin. Kahit iba matanda na, nag-zumba pa rin. Ganun po yun. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of self-interest. Okay? Yan po talaga. Kahit sa board exam po, yung pag-study po, yung pag-review niyo ngayon, okay? Kung wala kayong natutunan, it means that wala kayong self-interest. Pag may natutunan po kayo, it means that that's a self-interest. Kasi example, what if your professor or your lecturer or your instructor hindi makapag-discuss ng mabuti at hindi nyo maintindihan talaga, what are you going to do? Hayaan nyo na lang ba? Of course not. You are going to look for a way na maintindihan nyo siya. Mag-research kayo, mag-YouTube kayo, hanggang maintindihan ninyo. So that's what we call self-interest. Because you have this goal na gusto mong pumasa. Okay? So that's a piece of advice for everyone na if you don't want to be part of the poverty, okay? Kung ayaw mo maging part ng poverty, lahat po dapat nag-work or nagtatrabaho. Okay, ganon. Pag may anak po, yun, mag-wait muna hanggang lumaki si baby, saka po pwede mag-work. Pwede mo balik sa work. Tapos pag nakaipon na po, yun, pag nakaipon na, pwede na po magsariling business. Pag may sariling business na, pwede na kahit umalis sa work, no? Mga ilang months, mga ilang years lang naman yan, no? Makaipon lang kayo kahit konti. Ayun, kahit konti. Pero ang mas pinakamahirap na part dito sa choice at saka self-interest po, tsaka scarcity, ang pinakamahirap po dito is yung mga single mom. Okay, yung mga single mom talaga yan. Kasi they are the father and they are the mother. No, they are going to look for what is the best for their children. So ayun, salute po ako sa lahat ng mga single mom. Ayun. Yan. Next is, mahaba-haba na pala yung discussion ko, parang nawala na ako sa ano. So, marami kasing pwedeng i-discuss talaga sa choice, sa scarcity, marami po talagang pwedeng i-discuss. Now, let's proceed to ideologies or economic ideologies. Pag sinabi mong capitalism, it always mean free enterprise economy. Ano nga ba pag sinabi natin capitalism? It is a free enterprise economy. At the same time, it always talk about private ownership. Okay? Pag capitalism, always put in your mind, it is a private ownership. Okay? It is a private ownership and it is what? A free enterprise economy. Yon. That's the reason also why nagkaroon ng martial law sa Manila nung time ni Marcos, nung time ni Marcos kasi nga pinasok na po tayo ng mga kapitalismo, no? Especially sa Manila, ang daming mga kapitalismo diyan, mga private sector. Ayun, so nagkakaroon ng free enterprise, no? Kasi nga pag pinasok tayo ng maraming kapitalismo dito sa Pilipinas, there's a tendency na pwede nang agawin ang Pilipinas. Yun, lalo na pag sa China, nung time na yun. Okay, and then we have communism. Ano nga ba yung communism? Or komunista? Charot. Yan. Pag sinabing communism, there is what? There is the presence of the government. Okay? Pag sinabi mong communism, that is being a command economy or classless economy. Command economy po ang tawag dyan. Okay, is the opposite of capitalism because in communism, meron nandyan po yung pagpasok ng government, no? Magkakaroon ng government regulation, no, mga policies na pwede nilang i-impose, no, from the higher position, from the higher rank. No, communism po ang tawag diyan. Kaya nga sa tinawag siyang command economy because let's wait for the hintayin po natin yung utos ng nasa taas. 'Yon ng gobyerno. Utos ng presidente kung ano nga ba ang magiging ano. Actually, the best example of also of the communism is that yung nag-impose ng price ceiling of price ceiling policy ng rice, price ceiling of rice nung policy nung ni Bongbong Marcos, no? Yun po ay best example of communism. So nagkaroon po ng interruption ang government pagdating sa bentahan ng bigas kasi po lumalaki ang presyo ng bigas. Ayun. And next we have socialism. Okay? When you talk about socialism, this is what we call the mixed economic system. Bakit siya tinawag na mix? Because it is a mix with private sector and a public sector. Ayun. Private sector and a public sector sa socialism. Pag naman sa socialism, socialize. Ayun. How about fascism? Okay? Fascism is also known as strong one-man or junta dictatorship. Yon, dictatorship. Okay? Strong one-man or junta dictatorship. Okay? Always remember that. Example din po ng fascism ay yung sa North Korea. Okay, that is an example of junta dictatorship sa North Korea. Yon. Next, we have feudalism. Feudalism, it talks about the agrarian reform or reforma sa agrarian economic reform. Okay, yun lang ang kailangan nyo imahin sa feudalism. Okay? Next, we have, okay, so now let's proceed to the persona that includes, who are the persons that includes in the economics, no? Bakit po sila ay naging part ng economics? Sir, bakit hindi po kayo nagawa ng slides na merong mga words, gano'n? Actually, hindi na talaga ako nagawa ng slides kasi para matuto kayong mag-take down notes. Okay? Baka puro lang kayo screenshots, gano'n. Gusto ko rin, may naririnig nyo talaga parang galing sa akin. Ganyan lang ilalagay ko na topic, pero marami akong sasabihin. Nag-take down notes kayo. O yun. Kasi mas maganda po kasi yun. Because you are practicing your listening. Through that way, hindi po kayo nakakatulog. Hindi po kayo makakatulog pag ganun. Kasi nga, active yung isipan nyo. Ano yung sinabi ni Sir? Ano ba yun? Mabilis talaga masyado si Sir. Ganon. So, pasensya ha kung mabilis. Pero you can go back to this video. Charot. And do not forget to subscribe. Ayun. So, guys, you can go back to the video naman if you want to go back to the video. Ako sa inyo, I guarantee na if you're going to go back to this video, I guarantee that you're going to pass the board exam because this is just a summarization of everything. Okay? So, parang yun lang. Parang panoorin nyo saglit, offline lang. Parang panoorin nyo lang pag may time. Yun. Next, we have, let's focus to this 4 persona. Yun yung mga yan sila po yung mga importanteng tao sa economics na lagi pong lumalabas sa exam. Si Adam Smith, David Ricardo, si John Maynard Keynes, at saka si Karl Marx. Always remember that Adam Smith is also known as the father of modern economics. Wala pong father of economics ha. Wala pong ibang father of economics, wala pong ibang father of modern economics, kundi si Adam Smith. Okay? Wala pong father of economics. Sa sinabi nila, Sir, kung may father of modern economics si Adam Smith, si David Ricardo po ba ay father of economics? Pag andito ka lang sa gilid ko, suntukin talaga kita. Yan. Oh, kasi last year, na-debate po to. Nagka-debate po ng ganito last year. Kasi nga, sa isang GC yun, talagang nag-strong talaga ako ang haba ng explanation ko. Sabi ko, there is no other father of economics or father of modern economics because they are the same. It's either modern economics or economics alone, no? Still, the father is Adam Smith. Walang Karl Marx doon, walang David Ricardo. Okay? It is the Adam Smith. Bakit? Because the work of Adam Smith. Ano nga ba yung work ni Adam Smith? Sige nga, who can answer me? What is the book of Adam Smith na nagpasikat sa kanya at naging father of modern economics siya?
Wealth of Nation.
Very good. It is the Wealth of Nation. It talks about the absence of the government. No, it talks about the absence of the government interference to the poverty of the people in the community. And that is what we call the laissez-faire. Okay? What is laissez-faire again? A laissez-faire or the left-alone policy? What is laissez-faire or left-alone policy? It is that? What?
Yung hindi nakikialam yung government, sir.
Yes. Oo. Kulang. There's no interference or walang hindi pagpasok ng mga government. Yeah. Kasi yung si Adam Smith kasi noong time na yun, sabi niya pa, ito dapat ang ginagawa ng gobyerno para mabigyan ng magandang blah 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 ang ekonomiya. Kaso walang ang ekonomiya, so wala silang pakialam. So therefore the government doesn't interfere to what is Adam Smith is saying. So that is laissez-faire. No, nagkakaroon ng left alone policy. Yung mga tao kusa nang ginagawa ito without the interference of the government. Papasukin lang yan ng government. If the government thinks that, meron pa lang tayong nakukuha income dyan kahit piso. No, ngayon, no, papasok ang government. Pero nung una, hindi talaga kayang gustong gawin ng government. Hintayin pa talaga ang mga private sector ang gagawa niyan. Now, it is already developed by the private sector. Kukunin na. Sabi ng government na pagmamay-ari ng gobyerno yan. Okay? So, ganun lang agad ang sasabihin ng government. Okay? Always remember, the book that makes Adam Smith popular and become father of modern economics is The Wealth of Nation. It was published in 1776. Bakit siya nag-publish siya ng 1776? Because ng time na yun, nagkaroon tayo ng poverty or the poorest of the poor. No? Sa buong mundo, globally. Okay? Nagkaroon ng poorest of the poor or poverty. Laganap ang poverty noon, especially sa South Africa. Kami na, wag ka, Kami nasang dalawa. Sa Zimbabwe. It's time to Africa. Yun. So that is in South Africa. Noong time na yun nagkaroon ng poverty. So don't worry because in the last minute review, we will be discussing kung aling top na ba talaga si Philippines pagdating sa poverty. Pag-uusapan natin yan. And actually, I have here in the chalkboard there, I put all the information that I need to research on para ma-inform lahat para wala tayong nakakalimutan. Ayun. Kasi pag marami pong nasa mind ko, pag Pag may naisip ako, isusulat ko dun sa board. Ito yung mga kailangan kong i-mind. Okay, kailangan ko tong i-take no. Tapos ano ko siya, convert ko siya, kita picture ko sa inyo, tapos bigay ko sa inyo after. Yon, para pwede nyo basahin. Next is we have David Ricardo. Sino nga ba si David Ricardo? Actually, si David Ricardo, siya po yung nag-propose ng labor theory of value. Kasi nakita niya yun, or nabasa niya yung gawa ni Adam Smith. Okay? So, yung gawa ni Adam Smith, doon niya napansin na, okay, nakakatulong pala yung gawa ni Adam Smith. Now, si Adam Smith, dinevelop niya. In-improve niya yung gawa ni Adam Smith, si David Ricardo. So, ngayon, gumawa ng theory si David Ricardo, which is the labor theory of value. No? It talks about the interest. It also talk about the taxation. Okay? So, in the international trade. And also talking about the political economy or principles of political economy. Yun ay gawa din ni David Ricardo, yung principles of political economy. Kung gaano ba ka-affected ang economy pagdating sa politics. Isa din po yun sa pinaka-importante. So, ginagawa ni David Ricardo. Now, going to John Maynard Keynes. Sino nga ba si John Maynard Keynes? Si John Maynard Keynes po ay also known as the father of macroeconomics. Wag kalimutan ha, baka maguluhan na naman kayo. Yan, sabi na naman, father of modern economics, sinabi ni Sir is si John Maynard Keynes. Sabi ito ko yan talaga. Yun, so hindi po, ha? It is John Maynard Keynes, who is the father of macroeconomics. Bakit siya naging father of macroeconomics? Kasi nga, si John Maynard Keynes, yung kanyang study is all about macroeconomics. It talks about the employment, general theory of employment. It talks about the interest, the money, no, nung time ni John Maynard Keynes. Kailan niya na-publish yung book niya? Yung Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money? It was in 1930s. Okay? In 1930s, na publish yan ni John Maynard Keynes ang kanyang book. No? Kaya siya naging sikat pagdating sa macroeconomics kasi pinag-aralan niya yung GDP, GNP, international, national income, ganon. So yun, kaya yun si John Maynard Keynes ay naging father of macroeconomics. Okay? Now, other than that, no, pinag-usapan din doon ni sa macroeconomics yung fiscal policy. You know what's fiscal policy? And monetary policy. Yon. Actually, diniscuss din natin yung sa economics, di ba? Sino pwede mag-thumbs up dyan? Sinabi ko talaga, di ba? Nag-discuss tayo ng monetary policy and fiscal policy. Nakakaalala pa ba kayo? Hala kayo. Sino pa nakakaalala ng monetary policy and fiscal policy? Hala kayo. Do not worry, we will go there. Sa ngayon, nandito pa tayo sa historical. Okay? Okay, next we have Karl Marx. Sino nga ba si Karl Marx? Si Karl Marx po ang gumawa ng Das Kapital. Yun. Si Karl Marx po ang gumawa ng Das Kapital. Bakit? Kasi nga si Karl Marx is an ambitious philosopher. Ambitious philosopher po talaga si Karl Marx. No, ginawa niya pa yung Das Kapital which related to sociology or in the rural development. How the economy or reflects or has its effects to the rural development. Yon. Okay? They are the persona includes or persons. Kaya sabi ko persona, isa-isa lang naman yun eh. Persons includes no in the development of the economy. Okay? Or in the making of economics. Yon. Do you have any question? Charot, do you have any question? Yan lang ako nagtanong yan ha. Okay, do you have any questions about the principles, history? Okay, para makapag-proceed na po tayo. Naintindihan po ba? Naintindihan? Si Erica Julong, okay. Sa Korean pa yan, it is, sa Korean. Aget mo yayo. Aget mo yayo. Okay. Dapat sagot niyo aget sumnida. Aget sumnida. Okay. Aget sumnida. Meaning aget sumnida. Alright. I understand. Yun. Aget sumnida. Janun aget sumnida. Yun. Janun aget sumnida. Tama. Okay. Aget mo yayo. 저는 알겠습니다. Yan. 저는 알겠습니다. I understand. Okay? So that is about historical. Don't worry ha. Kasi ang ginagawa po natin ngayon is summarization. We still have notable terminologies. Yun, dinitake na natin yung mga iba na. At least, meron na po unti-unting nare-refresh. Yan, sa isipan natin na meron nakalimutan ko na yun talaga, sir. Yan. Yun, para nare-refresh pa tayo ng konting-konti dyan. Mga Mrs. sorry. Mrs. na lang tuloy. Sanay ako. Ayun. At least nare-refresh tayo, di ba? It's a good thing to do. That's actually the advantage of having a final coaching, of attending a final coaching. That's the advantage. Okay? Next is, now let's proceed to microeconomics. Okay, when you talk about microeconomics, who can define microeconomics? Mag-water break muna si Song Singmin, ha? Who can define microeconomics? What do you mean by microeconomics?
Individual, sir. Households.
Wait lang ha. Okay, so, yun. So, I want you to, sandali lang ha, saglit lang talaga. Kausapin ko muna yung mga estudyante ko na sa labas, ha? Saglit lang talaga. Tsaka, break muna tayo. Water muna saglit. Okay? Ayan, so, sorry guys. Medyo. Okay, let's go back. Okay, sige nga, tanongin ko nga, chili. Chili, chambe. Chili, chambe. Chili, what is microeconomics, by the way? Sige nga, what is microeconomics, chili? Sige daw, be. What is microeconomics, chili? Sir, nakalimot na ko, sir. Okay, what is microeconomics? Okay. O na lang. Para mabilis tayo. Okay, pag sinabing microeconomics, it deals with, okay, very good. Study of individual firm. Not just firm, but deals with the individuals. Yon. Hindi lang po sa firm ha, also in the households. Yon. It deals with the individual. Okay. Households, firms, markets, consumers, producers. It talks about that. Sorry. About the buyers, about the suppliers po. Diyan po umiikot ang microeconomics. Actually, mahaba-haba po kasi microeconomics. Yun. So, yan. Okay, let's proceed. Pagpatay ng 10:30 nito. Okay, let's have production cost. Okay, pag sinabing production cost, okay, pag sinabing production cost, we have theory of that. Okay, that is under theory of production. Yeah, production cost, production and cost. Sorry, production and cost. Actually, we have theory on that. We have theory of production, theory of cost. Po, ganon. Okay, meron po yan sa economics, under microeconomics. Okay. Pag sinabing theory of production, it means that the process of transforming both fixed and variable inputs, okay, into finished goods or and services. Okay? Both what? Both fixed and variable costs ay pinoprocessed into final goods. Okay? Into final output. Okay, magdodraw na lang ako dito para mas maintindihan habang nagdi-discuss ako. Actually, this is the framework. Okay, dali lang ha. We have production. We have output. Ayan. So, yan lang po. Wag natin. Okay, gawa po kayo ng ganyan. Diyan sa notebook po ninyo. Gawa po kayo ng ganyan. Input, tapos production, tapos output. Sige, kasi i-discuss ko yan. Yan po kasi ay para mag-follow tayo doon sa ano. Habang nagdi-discuss pa ako, gawa kayo ng sarili ninyong arrow. Example, pag sinabi ko input, ano nakalagay sa input? Gawa kayo ng arrow, lagay nyo doon ng mga bullets, ganun. Kasi kayo lang mismo nakakaalam yan ng sarili nyong sulat. Yon. Okay, let's start first with the enterprise. Ano ibig sabihin ng enterprise? Ito lagi kong sinasabi sa lahat. Ano nga ba yung enterprise? Ang ibig sabihin po ng enterprise is that isa-isang ano siya, nasa isang firm siya, pero okay, isang firm siya, isa single production siya of production activity. Pero marami siyang involved na products. Yun. Example, Universal Robinson. Universal Robinson, hindi lang siya sa Oishi, sa mga crackers, mga pagkain, ganon. Meron din pong sa Universal Robinson, meron silang shampoo, meron silang lotion, ganon. May iba't ibang products din po sila. Kaya they are what we call enterprise. Okay? Ganun po yung enterprise. Ibig sabihin, sa isang sa isang firm, pero madami pong activities na meron sa loob. Yun, that is enterprise. Okay? And next is the production function. Okay, ano nga ba yung production function? It is a technical relationship. Okay, technical relationship between the quantity of inputs used to produce and a good. Okay, so that is a quantity between the quantity of inputs used to produce. Yon, ilan ba nga ba yung mga inputs na ginamit mo? Between the inputs you use and the quantity of output. Yung pag sinabi mo production function, technicalities po yan. That is a technical between the quantity of input and the quantity of output. Ilang input ba ang ginamit mo? Ano na ba yung mga raw materials na ginamit mo? Oh, para na makaproduce ka ng ganito kadaming output, no, dapat equals po 'yun. Dapat your input is equals to your output. Dapat mo ganun ang gawa. Okay? O marginal cost or cost is equals to marginal revenue. Okay, ganun po dapat. Now, in inputs, let's start first with the input. Input is also known as the factors of production. Anong tawag sa kanya? Factors of production. So what are the 4 factors of production? Always remember that the 4 factors of productions are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. No, sila po yung 4 na factors of production ng input. No, diyan po pinagkukuhaan ng mga raw materials at mga pangangailangan natin pag i-input, pag mag-build up po tayo ng firm o sarili nating negosyo. Okay? So, in the input or the factors of production, there are actually, to differentiate the 4 factors of production, there are 2 types of inputs. They are fixed inputs and variable inputs. Pag sinabi mong fixed inputs, meaning these inputs is already, ang rate niya, pag sinabing fixed, the rate or the use, the rate of use is not changing. Okay? It's not changing kasi yun na yun, binili mo na yun siya, yun na yun. Okay? Kumbaga, gamit mo na yun siya, yun na yun talaga. Fixed na po yun. Example ng output level, kumbaga, hindi na siya nag-change, no? Yun na talaga, yun na talaga yung forma niya. That's already the final output. That's the fixed input already. Fixed input is equals to fixed output. Parang nahulog siya. So example is the land. Ang land hindi na magbabago. You cannot make it more about the land, no? Hindi mo naman pwedeng i-change yung ano ng land. So it's still the same as land. Okay? Best example of fixed input is land. Kasi hindi nagbabago ang land. Okay? So while variable input, nagbabago po yan. It's either in the prices or in the doon tayo sa physical appearance niya, which is following the inputs or the raw materials. So we have also, number 1 is fixed inputs, and the second is the variable inputs. Pag ang variable, it means that the use of rate is changing. Okay? The use of rate ng variable cost is changing. Okay? As the output level also change. Example, ang labor, ang seeds, ang fertilizer ay nagbabago po yun sila. Okay, nagbabago. There is a variable input. Okay, nagbabago po ang labor services ng tao. It depends on what will be the price, no? So may nagbabago or may changes po na nangyayari. Okay, so that is input. Huwag kalimutan ha, ilagay mo ng araw-araw, balits-balits sa baba ng input dyan. Okay, ganyan lang pagkagawa. Simple but rock. Oh, come on. Okay, so that is inputs. Okay. Now, let's proceed to the output. Okay, ano nga ba yung output? Doon tayo sa output, okay? Sa output naman, andyan yung tinatawag nating goods and services produced using the inputs are final goods. Yun. They are output. They are the final goods. No? Hindi na siya pwedeng i-change. Doon na talaga siya. Okay? Hanggang doon na po talaga siya. Okay? Yung kanyang formada. Yun. Hindi na siya pwedeng mag-change. Hindi siya pwedeng gamitin as raw materials, ganun, or ingredients, yun na po talaga yun siya. Okay, that's the final output or the final goods. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the production. Actually, in the production, there are three stages lang pala. There are 3 stages, 3 stages po. Pero consider ko talaga is 4. Basta 3 na lang. Okay, there are 3 stages in the theory of production. In the production. Doon na tayo sa production ha. In the output, that is the final goods. Lagay nyo dyan. Output, final goods. Oh, yun. Next na tayo sa production. There are 3 stages in the production. Stage 1 is where the all product curves are increasing. So lahat po ng products are increasing. Sabi nyo, products increasing. Ganon. So ganon lang. So the products is increasing. So it means that there is what we call that the marginal product or the marginal profit or the marginal products or the marginal marginal product, ano ba yan? So the marginal product begins to decrease, okay? To law of diminishing returns. Okay, pag sa stage 1 po kasi ang nangyayari is that syempre baguhan pa sa production, right? So marami pang gastusin. So nagkakaroon po ng increasing sa lahat ng mga products na ginagamit for inputs. Okay, so nagmamahal pa yung mga inputs. So may mga gastos pa sa stage 1 ng production. Okay, so ibig sabihin it is MC is greater than MR, which is marginal cost is greater than marginal revenue. Okay? Number 2 is, what is the stage 2? Stage 2, we have the stage 2. Stage 2, it refers to that the average product, okay, so the average product begins to decrease, okay? And the quantity is still increasing but begins to taper off. And then the MP or the marginal product continues to decrease till ends where MP is 0. It means that in the production, okay, the average product, okay, the average product is begin to decrease. Bumababa yung average product. Okay? Pero yung marginal product po is equals to 0. Okay? Equals to 0 na po kasi nasa middle of your, you are in the middle run of your, you're running your operation. Ganon. So, ibig sabihin, the average product is decreasing, pero yung marginal product is equals to 0. O, lagay nyo dyan, AP is equals to decreasing. Or MP is equals to 0. Ganon lang. In stage 3 naman, ang nangyayari is that the MP or the marginal product is 0 and turns it into negative. No? Kanina, hindi pa siya 0. No? Ngayon, so at stage 3, nagiging negative na ang MP. So, ang MP is 0 and turns into negative. 0 na naging negative na siya. So, all product curves are decreasing, bumababa na. And quantity begins to decrease even though input is being increased. No? Kahit tumataas po yung input natin, no, yung quantity po ay bumababa. No? Due to siguro kamahalan ng presyo, ganun, or sa dami ng pangangailangan. Or let's say, nagkaroon ng development ng technology or improvement of technology. Isa po yun sa mga factors ng stage 3. Okay? So, sa stage 3, ibig sabihin ang MP po or a marginal product ay, ano, it turns into 0, from 0, it change into negative. Yun. Ano nga ba yung sign ng change? Ganito po yung sign ng change namin sa school namin. Yung ako nag-aaral dati. Pag sinabi ng MP, 0, change. Ano ibig sabihin ng change? Change, ganon. Change, basta ganyan po ang change, parang letter S. Change to, negative, ganun. Change to negative. Ganyan po siya. 0, change to negative. Ganyan po yung change namin. Kasi yung infinity kasi is ganito. Ganyan. So, ang change po is ganyan. Change. Nagbabago. Yan po ang sign actually. That's the sign. Oh. Ako kahit ako gumagawa ng notes, no, direct, dun pa ako sa mga short terms lang. Para, kasi alam ko, ako yung sulat yan. Alam ko yung ibig sabihin yan. Yun. Actually, that is a change, actually. Tawag din po dyan. Okay, yun. So that are the stages in the production. We have stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Always remember that, okay? We have the total product, the marginal product, and the average product. Always remember, pag average product, lagi nating i-mamind ang word na per. Okay, ang word na per. Ito, word per. Pag may nakita kayo na average ang word sa choices, tignan ninyo ang statement kung may word na is equals to per. Per. O, yan. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng per? Example, 1 per 2. Ganun. Ito po yung per. Yung, yan. O, 1 over. Parang ganun. 1 over. Ganun. So, pag sinabi mong per, example, total output per unit of input. Ganon. Basta may per, that is average. Meaning, i-divide mo ang pag-compute niyan. Ganon. I-divide mo yung pag-compute. Pag may per, wag mong kalimutan ha. Pag may per, ibig sabihin i-divide ang pag-compute. O, wag kalimutan. Pag marginal, additional. Sige, lagay ko na dito. Pag marginal naman, ang kailangan mong i-mine na word sa question ay additional or plus. Ayan. Pag total naman, total product is the summation. Ano po yung summation? Meron po yan sa sa statistics. Yan, summation. Yan, that's the sign of summation. Summation, ibig sabihin the total or the sum of total of everything. Yan, basta summation, the total of everything. Summation po, ganyan po yung sa statistics, di ba? Na sign ng summation. Yon. So, yan, huwag nyo kalimutan, ha? Yun lang dapat ninyong i-mind. Okay? Ganyan pala yung technique mo, sir. Ganyan yung technique ko. Kasi hindi naman talaga mahirap ang economics pag meron kang sariling technique. Yun. Kaya sinishare ko sa inyo yung technique ko para alam din ninyo kung paano siya sagutin. Yan. So, yan, sinishare ko na sa inyo kasi hindi na magtutulog si sir. Ayan po, sinishare ko na siya sa inyo. Kaya para next time, pag di ko na malaman yan, so sa inyo ako tatanong. Yan. Okay. Next, let's proceed to the marginal. So yun na-discuss na din natin. Marginal product po, ibig sabihin additional of the product. So the rate of change na nagkakaroon ng additional, example, an input, additional of input, dapat equals po siya sa output. Kung nag-addition ka ng input, dapat nag-addition ka rin po ng output. Ano po ibig sabihin nun? Pag nagdagdag ka ng gastos, dapat yung profit po din ay dumagdag. Ganon. Nag-increase po din yung profit. Let's say, nagdagdag ka ng labor, ng tao, gastos po yun, di ba? Bayaran mo yung everyday nun, daily nun. Dumagdag ka ng gastos, dapat yung profit or yung production po ay tumaas din. Okay, tumaas din po yung production. Okay, next is law of diminishing return. Yan. Ano nga ba yung law of diminishing return? It states that when successive units of variable inputs work with a fixed input beyond a certain point of the additional product, the produced by each additional unit of variable input decreases. Ibig sabihin po ng law of diminishing return is that always remember, if you're going to additional law of diminishing return, wala pa ng additional, sorry. The word is epic, sorry. Yan, pag sinabi mong law of diminishing return, it means that it is the state of na yung fixed inputs mo, okay, yung fixed inputs mo ay nag-work with the variable inputs. Okay, nag-work na po siya with the variable inputs. Kasi nga, in the longer time, kasi yung mga inputs mo kasi nagbabago yun. So may tendency na pwedeng bumaba ang production, yun, or tumaas ang production. Pag sabing law of diminishing return, bumababa po talaga yan. Law of diminishing return, decreases po talaga yan. Oo. Yun lang lagi ko na ma-mind din. Kahit nagbabasa ako ng mga economics na pag may nababasa ako na articles about law of diminishing returns, it always states negative. It always states decreases. Pag law of diminishing return, decreases talaga siya yung lagi na sa mind ko. Kasi nga, it always states decreases or negative in the production. Yan, bumababa po. Kaya yung fixed inputs mo, nagiging variable inputs na din siya. Ganun. Yun na, average product, always mind the word per. It means that you are going to divide it or equal it. Okay? You need to get the average out of it. Okay? You sum up it and then you are going to divide and then what is the sum? Yun. Para makuha mo yung average niya. So that is the average product. Okay? Yun yung mga site na word na kailangan nyo pong i-mind. Okay? Next. Okay. Let's now proceed to we are done with the stage of production. So, tapos na po tayo sa stage of production. Ang sinabi ko kanina, there are stages of productions, di ba? Stage 1. Sa stage 1, anong meron sa stage 1? Sa stage 1 po ay all products curves are increasing sa stage 1. Okay? So ano ba mangyari doon sa MP, sir? Ang MP is ano siya, magdi-decrease po yung MP because of law of diminishing return. Because of law of diminishing return, bumababa or nagdi-decrease po ang marginal product. Okay? Sa stage 2 naman, yun, ang MP is equals to 0. Pero ang average product po ay nagsa-start na siyang mag-decrease. Yun. Sa stage 3 naman, yung MP from 0, yung marginal product from 0, nag-shift or nag-change siya into a negative 1. Okay? Even though some of the inputs are being increased. Okay? Okay, next. We have length of run. Okay. So what is length of run? Actually, we have tayo long run, short run, and very short run. Yan. Ano nga ba sila? Sino nga ba sila sa buhay mo? Charot. Yan. So we have length of run, long run, short run, and very short run. Ano nga ba yung long run? Okay. So always put this in your mouth, ha? Mouth. Mind. Sorry. Mind po yun term ko. Okay. So we have long run. Pag sinabi nating long run, change ko lang siya into, where's my open? Okay. Pag sinabi nating long run, in the long run, no, always remember that in the long run, all inputs, okay, all inputs can be treated as variable. Okay? All inputs are variable. Kasi nga, long run, pangmatagalan na proyekto. Habang tumatagal, ay nagbabago ang presyo ng mga inputs. Kaya po siya variable. Pag sinabi po nating variable, ibig sabihin po ay nagbabago, nag-change, or other word is vary. Okay? Vary. V-A-R-Y. Vary or change. Nagbabago. It's either the price, the physical, the quantity, the quality. Nagbabago po. In the long run, pag sinabi po nating long run, meaning, ang production in the long run po ay nagbabago ang inputs. Lahat po ng mga raw materials na ginagamit po natin nagbabago. Kasi nga, let's say, 5 years na yung business mo, 10 years na yung business mo, syempre nagbabago per year ang presyo ng bawat raw materials. Tama? Okay. So, tama po yun. Kaya parang wala naman nag-a-agree sa akin dito. Yun, parang kulo yung tao dito. Ayun, so, yun po yun. Yun ang dapat tandaan natin. Sa long run, lahat po ng inputs are variable. Oh. Nag-change. Walang fix na nangyayari. Lahat po ay nag-change. Na? Pag 5 years na kayo ng jowa mo, bantay-bantay na. Baka long run na po yan. Bantay-bantay na. Baka long run na po yan. Sa katagalan ninyo ay nag-change na rin po ang pagtingin. So that is long run. Yun. So, relate na relate sa Erika Joy. Okay. Baka nagpabago. You know what? Hindi naman ako panira sa mga boys, no? Char. Yung mga boys talaga, okay lang yan sa simula. Sa simula, okay na okay. Feeling mo fix na fix talaga sila para mga short run. Para mga short run. Pero in the long run, nagsasawa din. Kasi ayaw na ng mga yung parang ayaw na ng attitude ng nobya na na dragon. Ito ding nobya, okay, ito ding babae. Ito din ang mga babae, no? Walang fixed decision sa life. At talagang purely long run ang utak ng babae, no? Nagbabago ang mood, nagbabago ang mood. Hindi naman natin masisi yan kasi meron talagang silang change, nagche-change po yung hormone, nagkakaroon po sila ng hormonal change ang mga babae because of their menstruation. Hindi po natin masisi yan. Okay, kasi nakaugalian po talaga nila yan. Mag-iiba talaga ang mood ng babae pag na-menstruation. Kami po yun. Okay, yun. So next, we have short run. Okay. In the short run, ito po ay, ayan, pag sinabing short run, okay. Pag sinabing short run naman, the period of time is short enough that some, okay, that some inputs are fixed. Some lang ha, hindi po all ang nakalagay. Some are fixed. Okay? And then some or at least one is variable. Yan. Some or at least one. Kulang yung definition doon sa manual. Yan. Dagdagan ko na lang ng definition. At least one variable. So, in the short run, no, hindi po lahat ay fixed, no? Some lang po, hindi po lahat. Some lang. Karamihan are fixed and karamihan or at least one is variable or nagbabago pa rin. Okay? So, that is short run. Okay? Always put that in your mind, ha? Magkaiba po si long run tsaka si short run. Okay? Magkaiba po yun sila. Okay, next we have very short run. O ito, pag sinabi mo namang very short run, all inputs are what? All inputs are fixed. Okay? All inputs are fixed. All is fixed. Okay? Dito, all is variable. Okay? Sa very short run, none of the inputs are variable. Sometimes meron din definition na nilalagay nila, none of the inputs are variable. Ibig sabihin po nun, all inputs are fixed. Non-inputs are variable. Wala sa inputs na yon ay nag-change. Ibig sabihin, all inputs are fixed. Okay? All inputs are fixed. Gets niyo ako? All inputs are fixed or none of the inputs are variable. Parehas na po yun. They have the same definition. Diba? Pinapagulo lang kayo. Naguluhan kami, sir. Naguluhan kami. Charot lang. So, naguluhan kayo. Kasalanan nyo na yun. Basta na-explain ko sa inyo. They are both the same. Okay? They are the same. When it comes, if you're going to analyze it, parehas lang po yun. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the returns to scale. Actually, yung returns to scale, there are about 3 stages din sa returns to scale. Okay? Now, let's start first with the constant. Okay? Pag sinabi mo kasing return to scale, meaning, it is the quantitative change, not the in output of a firm or industry resulting from a proportionate increase in all inputs. Example, nagbabago yung output mo kung ilan din yung mga inputs na dinagdag mo. Depende kung nagbago din ang inputs mo, may pagbabago din sa outputs mo. So that is returns to scale. Okay? So now, kasi nga for the word itself, returns to scale. Ganun. Returns, bumalik sa scale. Ganon. So, kung nag-change ng inputs, nag-change din dapat ang outputs. Okay? So, we have what we call constant returns to scale. Ibig sabihin, as all inputs are increased by a given proportion, output increases by the same proportion. Ibig sabihin, pag sa constant, no? Kung example, dumagdag ka ng 5 input, dapat yung output mo is also 5 din. Ganon. So, pag 5 is equals to 5 din. 5 input is equals to 5 output. Ibig sabihin, constant po yun. Equals. Okay? Kung ilan po yung dinagdag mo na input, ganun din po kadami na output. Okay? Next, we have increasing returns to scale. Anong increasing returns to scale? All inputs are increased by a given proportion, output increases by a greater proportion. Ibig sabihin po nun, meron po kasi ganito, pag dumagdag ka ng 5 inputs, may tendency na mag-double yung output. May tendency na maging 10 ang input. Ibig sabihin, the proportion of the return to scale is increasing. If the input is increasing, ang gastos ay tumaas din ng times 2 ang profit. Saan ka ba? Gustong-gusto ko yun eh. Gustong-gusto ko yan. That is what we call increasing return to scale. Pero risky po yung ganon, risky. Okay? We have also letter C, decreasing returns to scale. Anong decreasing return to scale? All inputs are increased by the proportion, output increased by lesser of proportion. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Tumaas po yung input mo. Dumagdag ka ng input, tumagdag ka ng tao, though tumaagdag din man ang output, pero yung profit mo bumaba. No? Parang, ay, wala pa rin pala. Wala pa rin. Akala ko dadagdag yung profit ko. So yun, it's a negative on the decrease of return to scale. Kahit nagdagdag ka ng tao, nagdagdag ka ng inputs, no? Though yung output mo is the same din na 5, pero yung profit mo ay mababa pa rin. Mababa naman ang profit mo, nag-decrease yung profit mo, wag na lang. Yun. Because of the inputs. Okay? So what are the three? Constant return to scale, increasing return to scale, and then decreasing returns to scale. Okay? So those are the three returns to scale. Next, let's proceed to the profit. Okay, sa profit, marami na pag-uusapan sa profit. We have what we call, pag sabi natin profit, that is what we call the difference between the total revenue and the total cost. Ima-minus mo kasi yung total revenue minus the total cost, that is the profit. Ano nga ba yung cost, yung expenses na ginamit mo? Okay, so that is profit. Total, lagay ko lang dito. Ano nga ba yung total revenue? Yung total sale mo po yan. Yung gross sale talaga. Yung gross sale. Total revenue minus total cost. Ano nga ba yung total revenue? Yun po yung gross sale. Okay? Yung tawag dyan. Nakaltas na po yung lahat ng mga total revenue, Total revenue, yun po yung gross sale. Ibig sabihin, yun po yung sale mo, yung nabenta mo talaga lahat. Ng example, yung output mo is 50 ang 50 quantity. Ibig sabihin, ilan ba ang product mo? 50. Magkano ang isa niyan? Example lang, bawat isa niyan is 10. So that will give you a 0, 5, o 500. Pag nabenta yan, dapat ang sale mo ay 500. So yung total revenue mo ay 500. Tapos i-minus mo dong yung total cost. Ano yung total cost? Yung ilan ba yung nagastos mo? So that will be your profit. So ibig sabihin sa profit mo, tinanggalan na po doon yung expenses mo. Okay, yung total revenue din is also known as the gross sale. Pwede din siyang tawagin na gross sale. Okay? So that is profit. However, in the total revenue, we have the amount the firm receives for sale of its output. Yung sale, magkano nga ba yung output mo? Okay, however, we have types of cost. Okay, actually, we have types of total cost. Meron tayong types of total cost. Okay, what are those? We have explicit and implicit cost. Ano nga ba yung explicit cost? Pag sinabi natin explicit cost, always put it in your mind. Explicit cost is a cash outlay. Naglalabas ka ng pera. Example, nagbabayad ka ng salary, ng wages, nagbabayad ka ng binili mo, that is explicit cost. Always remember that, ha? From the word itself, explicit, labas. Okay? Explicit cost meaning naglalabas ka ng pera, no, para bumili. So that is explicit cost. Pag sinabi mo namang implicit cost, it does not require cash outlay. It might be used by the use of services. Yon. Services, pwede pong implicit cost yan. Ano pa? Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost po is also an implicit cost. Yan. Opportunity cost is an implicit cost po yan. Okay, ano pa? Yung mga like sa notable lang, yung sa mga banknote, hindi po tayo naglalabas ng pera doon. Banknote, that is implicit cost. Yon. So that's an example of implicit cost. Okay, now, there are also two types of profit. We have accounting profit and economic profit. Pag sinabing accounting profit, that is the total revenue minus the total explicit cost. Ano yung accounting profit? Yung accounting profit po ay total revenue minus the total cost, explicit cost, sorry. Total revenue minus the total explicit cost. Meaning, sa total at sa accounting profit po ay dinidisregard po nila yung implicit cost sa accounting profit. Kasi sa accounting profit kasi, diyan po yung liquidation ng cost. Ano po yung liquidation? Ano po yung liquidation? Have you been in have you tried to liquidate your gastos? That is accounting profit. Okay? That is accounting profit. Okay? You are now liquidating it. Okay? Pag accounting profit, the total revenue minus the total explicit cost. Magkano ba yung nagastos mo? Sana ba yung mga resibo mo? Ito yung mga resibo ko. Plus mo yung lahat ng resibo mo. Sum up mo yun. Okay, magkano ba yung total revenue mo? Ganun na agad. Minus yun. So, dinisregard dito ang implicit cost. Hindi pa kasali dito yung mga banknotes, utang, debt, hindi pa kasali dito. Okay? So, sa explicit cost po, yung mga nagastos mo, yung mga resibo, non-required receipt, gano'n. Okay? So, yun. Accounting profit po yun. Pag economic profit naman, this is including the explicit and the implicit cost. Pag economic profit. Okay? It's the total revenue minus the total cost. Ayun. To economic profit or profit. Yun. Okay? Always put that in your mind. Okay? Always put that in your mind. Okay? Next. Oh my God, 10:40 na pala. Padayon lang tayo, ha? Padayon lang tayo. Okay, so tapusin ko na lang siguro itong factors of production, guys. Magpa-part 2 na lang tayo tomorrow. Ha? Magpa-part 2 na lang tayo tomorrow. Okay? Next is we have the factors of production. Okay, what is the factors of production? Factors of production, yan na po, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, or pwede din management. Pwede din dyan. Yan po, yan di ko talaga nakakalimutan yan. Hindi ko nakakalimutan yan kasi yun yung unang natutunan ko sa college. Yan ang natutunan ko, yung factors of production. The land, labor, and capital and entrepreneurship. Always remember, pag land, actually, land is a fixed cost. Pero, it can be a variable cost if the land is being rented. Rental. Payment is rental. Yon, that is already making a variable cost. Kasi nag-iiba ang presyo ng rental ng lupa. Actually, to tell you honestly, land is a fixed cost. Fixed cost po talaga yan siya. That's a fixed inputs. That's a fixed inputs. However, it becomes variable inputs and it becomes to variable cost. It becomes a variable cost when the land is renting or rent. When the land is payment, the payment is rent. Okay, ganon yun. Parang wala kang lupa, nagre-rent lang kayo dun sa lupang yon. So, nagkakaroon ng variable cost. It might be yung may-ari, pwede niyang i-change yung monthly na bayad ninyo sa rentals. Yon. Yun, pwede din yon. And labor, ano nga ba yung kailangan sa labor? Yun na yung services, goods and services, no? And then, ano yung ginagawa mo sa labor? What are you going to pay it? Payment using the wages. Payment is salary. The payment is salary or wages. Sorry. Payment is wages. Yun. The payment for labor is wages. The payment for land is rent. Okay? For capital naman, yun. For capital, tulad ng machinery, equipment, raw materials, okay? Building, ang payment po niyan ay interest. Yun. Sa capital mo, pag nag-capital ka, siyempre yung interest yung hanap mo, di ba? Pag nag-capital ka. So, dapat yung interest po yung laging tinitignan. So, the payment of the capital is interest. Always put that in your mind. Okay? And the management or entrepreneur, it is one that who organize the other resources. Yung land, labor, capital, sa entrepreneur po yun. Ano ang payment kay entrepreneur? Profit. Okay. Ano ang payment kay entrepreneur? Profit. Lagay ko na lang dito sa gilid. Si land, ang payment niya ay rent. Naging variable siya because of the rent. Si labor ay wages. Si capital naman ay interest. Si entrepreneur din ay profit. Did you get it? Kuha nyo? Nagets nyo ako? Hindi na kayo nahirapan sa economics ngayon? Kasi sana papasok tayo sa law of demand and supply ngayon. Sige, bukas na lang para hindi tayo mag-ano yung mind natin. Hindi ma-bother yung mind natin. Okay? So, I will give you quiz. I still have time pa naman to answer the quiz. Okay, PDF ko na lang. Isan ko na lang ngayon sa GC. Okay? Isan ko na lang ngayon sa GC. So, yun ang inyong quiz. And then, ano tawag dyan? Kalimutan ka na. Tomorrow, i-continue natin yung microeconomics, ha? Pati mag-rationality din tayo after. Okay? Did you get it? Yeah. Aget mo yayo? Yeah. 네, 알겠습니다. Very good. 잘하세요. 잘하세요. Ayan. 감사합니다. 축하합니다. Ayan. Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope you are going to have your good sleep right now. Hindi na po medyo, ano ba yung nararamdaman natin? Kung kayong nung time na hindi pa tayo nag-review na, hindi pa ako nagturo sa inyo na economics, so nararamdaman natin. Sir, mabigat po yung kalooban. Mabigat po yung loob ko, sir. Bakit? Kasi, sir, ang hirap po talaga ng economics. Yun. So, yung nag-discuss ka na, sir, medyo magaan na po yung loob ko. Siguro masarap ganun nung gusto ko marinig yung ganun. Okay. Actually, you can unmute your microphone if you want. Ayun. Hi again, everyone, to those who are watching this video. Again, do not forget to link the subscribe button below. Ayun, may pa-promote pa sa advertise. Hayaan nyo na si Sir. Okay, guys. And then, guys, do not forget to share the video to your friends. Actually, you can share this to your friends if you want. Okay? Pero yung quizzes natin, yung mga tests natin, you are not allowed to share it. Okay? You're not allowed to share it. Actually, meron pa kasi akong special na sa inyo, special test talaga for my ultimate final coaching. Hindi pa kasama yung audience dito. Kayo lang po kasi binayaran nyo yun. Okay? So, you are mas responsible, mas responsibilidad ko kayo. Kung ikumpara natin yung mga outside audience. Okay? Mas responsibilidad ko po kayo. Okay? Kaya nga lagi from time to time, ina-ask ko po kung kumusta kayo. Siguro, I'll try my best. Kaya medyo busy lang si Sir kaya hindi nangangumusta. Mangungumusta lang po ako sooner. Charot. Ayan. So, sa ngayon, hindi pa muna mangungumusta si Sir kasi pa tayo matapos sa microeconomics. Pagkatapos tayo sa microeconomics, mangungumusta na yan ulit si Sir. Okay? Yun. So, hopefully, medyo nagaan-gaan na po yung ating isipan, ang ating heart. Nagaan-gaan na po ba tayo dyan? Ayan. So, ayun. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a good sleep tonight. Ayun. Annyeong, jumoseyo, kamsahamnida. Charaseyo, chukamnida. Bye-bye, everyone. And good night. Agetsamnida. Bye-bye, everyone. Charaseyo, annyeong yageseyo. Annyeong, jumoseyo. Bye-bye. Good night. Kamsahamnida. Tan-tan-tan-tan. Sir, nagko-Korean na eh. Kamsahamnida.